Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. Today we're going to be taking on the Ubers tier, something that I have not played seriously in a long time. I was kind of turned off from Oras Ubers. I don't know, it just all seemed the same. The power creep was annoying. Oh, did you guys see my 3 shizzies? My 4 shizzies? Essa! Anyway, going back to it. So you're using my boy Blimlax's team. Blimlax was a very solid XY player, black and white player, things like that, Ubers player, and I definitely wanted to give these teams, a try. So we have specially defensive Primal Groudon, probably the best Uber ever. We have specially defensive Kyogre as well. I'm sorry, I was thinking about Primal Groudon because it checks Xerneas and so much in the meta. Special defensive Kyogre. Defensive Lugia with enough speed for Adamant Rayquaza. Arceus Dragon, really cool defensive. Too bad we can't drop some Dracos. Life Orb Veltal and Perish Trap Mega Gengar. And I was actually getting a few battles on this ladder, trying to secure a couple points before I started recording. I didn't do too many at all. Apparently I only played 10 on this account. But I did 10 games, so we're 1258. What is this? Okay, anyway. First off, when I see my opponent's team, I don't know how great he is going to be of a player. I don't want to judge him, but typically you don't see Chansey just because Mega Gengar is a thing, and Mega Gengar with Shadow Tag shuts down Chansey completely. That's why in Ubers, it's one of the only tiers besides UU where you would see a Blissey over a Chansey. Just because Blissey's just bulkier, Chansey would have to sacrifice its Violite, and unless you're UU ton, you're not going to be using Chansey in a tier where you could be using Blissey, and you're an OG if you remember that. But in any case, so my opponent has Arceus, Darkrai, Groudon, Chansey, Mewtwo, and Kyogre. Honestly, because he does have that Chansey, I just want to lead off with Gengar and go for Protect, Mega Evolve right off the bat, and just be able to trap that thing whenever it comes out on a double, or even just hard switch into my Gengar. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve and Protect. I don't care if he goes for Rocks. I don't care if he goes for Lava Plume right here. Protect is by far my best play. I can also potentially hard switch into my Kyogre right now and just fire off a Scald on his team, considering this is his only water resist, quote unquote, besides the Kyogre that you do see. But he did set up his Stealth Rock. Like I said, I wasn't going to go for sub, sacrificing HP. I wasn't going to go for Perish Song that turn if he has Roar. So I'm going to go out into my Lugia right now. Well, I could have knocked him out with the Destiny Bond. I want to trap Chansey first. Honestly, yeah. I mean, Veltal just puts in a lot of work versus my opponent's team. So I'm going to go for Toxic right here. If he has Lava Plume or Roar, he's going to go for it. He actually ends up going for Stone Edge, which doesn't do too much at all. Probably has Aromatherapy on that Chansey. However, I don't mind that, just because, like I said, once I switch into my Gengar, that Chansey is trapped. So what I'm going to do is go for a double Toxic right here, expecting him to want to switch out, as that Chansey actually ends up coming out, funnily enough. And I'm going to hard switch directly into my Gengar. Like I said, I want to trap Chansey as soon as possible. I don't know why he has Chansey. He actually has Toxic on top of that. So what I could do right here is I'm going to go for sub just to scout if he has Aromatherapy. If he doesn't have Aromatherapy, then I beat him 1v1 just by sitting here. So what I'm going to do is just go for Protect. I don't want to go for Perish Song just yet. I'll see if he has Aromatherapy. If he does have it, then I'll go for Perish Song. Otherwise, he's already Toxic. Toxic Wish Seismic Toss. If his last move is Softball, then I beat him. So I lose nothing by going for sub right here. Mega Gengar doing what it does best and trapping everything. Again, we'll see if he has Aromatherapy. He should have Aromatherapy. This is the cleric of the team. He cannot switch, and if he has Shed Shell on this thing over a Violite, I would probably laugh. I would laugh. So again, subbing, protecting is just my best play right now. I don't see another reason. I love how my sub is the same color as this Chansey. This egg. I'm probably making Blunder so happy right now, even though he can't get this far into the video. It's only been 4 minutes. Oh man, oh man. So again, protect is the best play. Because we're going to get 2 kills with this Mon. Not only will we be able to knock out Chansey, unless he reveals the Aromatherapy right now, which I kind of doubt he has, considering he's losing this Mon. So I'll go for sub right here, as his Chansey is going to go down to the Toxic finally. So we just beat a Chansey. Pretty standard stuff in Ubers, as Groudon is going to come out, and I believe now we can go for Perish Song. And we will be able to beat this thing 1v1 unless he has Roar in it. Yes, he will be getting the Wish from Chansey right now, but that does not matter at all. If he does not have Roar, he cannot beat us at all. I don't know what his last move is. Maybe it's Loud Flame. If it is Roar, it doesn't matter. My best play is going for Protect anyway. Yes, Roar does go for Protect, but if I can beat his Groudon 1v1, I'll take it. Honestly, I will. So, let's go for the Precipice Blades again, and it seems to me he doesn't have Roar. So Sub is my best play to ensure that the final turn of Perish Song will go by, as I can now save my Gengar and also trap that Arceus later, or trap that Darkrai, or trap that Kyogre. I love Mega Gengar. I love Mega Gengar. I love this Mon back during SPL, as I can switch directly into my Lugia, dodge that Precipice Blades. His Groudon is going to go down. However, this is going to give him a switch into his Darkrai, which is an issue. I don't necessarily want my Kyogre to be put to sleep. This is Rest Talk, but I don't want him to put to sleep. If he goes for Dark Void right here, that's fine. If he goes for Dark Pulse, it might not knock me out, so I can get off a Toxic. He actually goes for Nasty Plot, as I am able to land the Toxic on him. I'm definitely good with that. I can trap him with Gengar after this. I think Whirlwind is just the best play, as he is the Life Orb Nasty Plot variant, so that's cool. He probably has Sludge Bomb as his other attack, and of course Dark Void. So I'll go out to Gengar again and just go for Protect, stalling him out a little bit more of the Toxic, the Poison racking up, and then I'll be able to go for Sub from there, and I can go for Destiny Bond from there. Actually, I can Protect after that, and I think because he's going to take that Life Orb hit in order to break my Sub, what's actually going to happen is he's going to die to the next turn of Poison. Yes, he is. And I'll be able to still have my Mega Gengar, which outspeeds his entire team. At worst, it speed ties with his Mewtwo. Even if it's Mega Mewtwo Y, it has to Mega Evolve in order to be faster than me. So at worst, it speed ties with his Mega Mewtwo. And I'll be able to click Destiny Bond versus whatever comes out, like 100%. So Mewtwo is going to come out. Let us see if we can win the speed tie. We're going to go for Destiny Bond right here. If we win the speed tie, amazing. As we don't, unfortunately, as it is Mega Mewtwo X, however, so I can go out to my Veltal and just click the Oblivion Wing right now. Get a little bit of HP. He's going to be the bulk up variant, however, I'm not too worried about that. I actually get a crit. That did matter, but Oblivion Wing into Sucker Punch would have been able to knock him out. Again, it still sucks for our opponent, but it would have been able to knock him out. Arceus Ghost is actually the Arceus form. I was thinking it would have been SD Arceus, but I can go for Dark Pulse right here. Easily take this thing out. I am max special attack, and Kyogre is going to be his last Pokemon. I do have my Primal Groudon in the back, fully ready to take on his Kyogre, and he will not be able to reset the weather at all, so it should be game. It should definitely be game. Let me actually fix this a little bit. I don't like how the screen looked. Yeah, like you guys see the turn 25. Even that, I don't like this too much. That's better. That should be better. That looks better, right? I think so. Or alternatively, I could make it bigger on the actual screen itself, but yeah, like I said, that Kyogre is going to come out next, and it should be game. What's better, going for Dark Pulse? Yeah, I have a lot more special attack investment, even though this thing is a hell of a lot for def, but I'll just go right for the Dark Pulse. I guess if he's offensive, then he'll be able to outspeed me, might be able to knock me out with Origin Pulse, considering I believe I am. Yeah, it looks like a minus def nature just looking at my stats. So, Dark Pulse again is still my better play. I guess I could go for Sucker Punch again just to get off damage, but if he's a Combine variant, I'd rather hit him with a Dark Pulse and then combine it with either a knockoff or a Sucker Punch from there and be able to take him out. So, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Ubers. That's absolutely nothing, considering, what is that, 394 special attack? Good lord. But I can now go out to my Primal Groudon and set up the Desolate Land, the Infinite Sun, and just hit him with a Precipice Blades, and that should be enough to knock him out. Obviously, the best thing he can do is hit me with an Ice Beam. Can't freeze me in the sun, and that's going to be good game. 59% clean gone. So, I like this team. We actually face offense. Not something that I've played with this team just yet. Darkrai is just annoying to play against, but Veltal is just a great lead because Deoxys D would more than likely be his lead on this type of team. It spikes offense. I believe I could just hit him with a knockoff. I'm pretty sure that Dark Pulse will knock him out too. Yeah, I'll go for Dark Pulse, it's cooler. We're actually faster than his Deoxys. I thought he'd be max speed. That's what I would run if I was running a Spiker. I actually run Deoxys speed on this, not Deoxys defense. I think I might have said he was Deoxys speed, but we're able to outspeed him and knock him clean out. That's 397 special attack on top of Dark Aura and the Life Orb boost. So no hazards to deal with besides a potential Stealth Rock from his Groudon. This guy's in shock. My Pokemon. She gone. This girl, whatever. What's my opponent's name? Calm down. Calm down. Anyway, I could definitely see Xerneas coming out. However, I do have my, well, not everything on this team can take a hit from Xerneas. Besides a Veltzal, Lugia has the multi-scale and I can phase it out. Kyogre can phase it out. Groudon can phase it out. I think Groudon's just best right here. If he goes for Geomancy, the premature Geomancy as you might say, I would fire off a Moonblast if I was my opponent, but he chooses to go for the Geomancy. I'm not going to mess around with this thing. I'm just going to go right for Roar. I say it's premature, and a lot of players do this, even in, well then again, I guess his win condition, or he could be trying to win with maybe Darkrai or something. Or his Kyogre just spamming water moves because my Groudon could be weakened. But the way I like to play Xerneas is I click Moonblast when they have a Primal Groudon at full, because Primal Groudon's usually coming in, takes about 25 to 30%. Get up Stealth Rock, weaken it as much as possible. Once you go for Geomancy, that way you can clean Oko it. And like, he can't even Oko me with a crit HP Ground if he has that. Now, or with a crit Moonblast, nor with a crit Focus Blast, none of those would be able to knock out my Groudon because I am max HP and max Spadef, sassy natured. I don't care about this Xerneas at all, so I don't know why he Geomancied up. And you know, if I force him out on the Aegislash, that just means I get up rocks as well. Or even I can even go for Precipice Blades if I wanted to. The only reason I'm not going for it now is because one, he already uses Power Herb, so if I force him out, he won't be able to Geomancy up, at least not on the first turn. As you can see, that Moonblast does less than half. My Spatak, no. As I do phase him out into his Primal Groudon, I don't want to stay in versus this thing. I don't want to take a Precipice Blades. I'm going to switch on to my Lugia because I can go for Toxic. It also baits in Aegislash, which is more so what I want. I want Aegislash to come up, that way I can get up my Stealth Rock pretty safely. Home Claws, okay. So thankfully I do land my Toxic, as I'm actually going to go for Roost just to see what attack he can go for. And then again, I'm on the lower ladder, so I want to go for Whirlwind. I don't want to risk him Home Clawsing again. As he goes for Rocks, like that's absolutely nothing considering multi-scale. As unfortunately he does flinch me. We're going to go for Roost right here. It's going to do double that. So, roughly double that. As he flinches me again. Stop it. Stop flinching me. He's faster than me, which means that he'll also be faster than my Arceus Dragon. So, that's okay though. I believe it's a +1, so I'll be able to take this into a Precipice Blades. Even if I don't, I get off the Mega Evolution with my Gengar, which is what I want. So if he knocks me out, I'm completely fine with that. I don't need Arceus Dragon for this game. He has Xerneas. He has Aegislash. He doesn't take me out though. I guess that's to be expected. As I guess I expect him to go out into his not that Pokemon. Well, I'm going to go for Toxic regardless of what he wants to do, as he actually does fire off the Moonblast now. That's just something I think he should have done before. But I can go out to my Gengar and just Mega Evolve and go right for the Perish Song, even if he has Psyshock on this thing. Which I could, I guess, see him having if he wants to. I don't really like to run Psyshock. He actually ends up going for the Geomancy. If I had Taunt, I would have stopped it right now. But I will be able to go right for the sub. And we're actually going to end up on top in this situation because he's forced to go for the Geomancy in the second turn, and what I can do right now is just go for the Protect, and then after that, he can't switch out due to Shadow Tag. You guys already know the deal. Mega Gengar, man. Mega Gengar. Yo, I gotta show you guys my old RMT. Mega Gengar is hot. Oh, you see some of that? You see some of that planning for the old UCL? Mega Gengar is hot. You guys actually don't see that because it's not popping up. There it is. My old RMT with Mega Gengar. When I went, oh, why does he look like this? I did not put that. Anyway, I built this team with my boy Edgar back in 2014, and that's how we made HP Fire Mega Gengar thing. And I love this mon. I love this mon so much. I spammed it all the time back in SPL. Anyway, sorry about all that. Anyway, we're going to sack our Lugia right here to the Moonblast. So I'll definitely trade my 41% Lugia, which walled nothing on his team, for that mon, as I can go right back down to Gengar, outspeed the Darkrai, outspeed the Kyogre, outspeed Aegislash, well, duh. And Darkrai actually is going to come out. We're going to go for sub just to see if he goes for the Dark Void. If he goes for Dark Pulse, I go for the Destiny Bond from there. He does go for Dark Void. Crucial mistake, as I can now go right for the Perish Song. And he actually goes for Nasty Plot. So, I mean, he's disrespecting Mega Gengar so much right here. I'll probably be able to trap his Kyogre as well. Like, if you don't not Nasty Plot in front of this thing, you gave me a free sub. Like, and the point of that turn is I have even more HP. So even if his Kyogre randomly grows spikes and Stealth Rock on the field, he's gonna go down. Like, straight up. So I think Kyogre is the best or most expendable member on my team, because if he goes out into his own Kyogre and starts to set up Calm Minds, I can phase him out. If he goes Aegislash versus this thing, I can beat that. Also, if he went for the Dark Void, look at that. That's a crit +2 Dark Pulse, and that did 54%. So I'm expecting him to go Kyogre right here. My best play is 100% going for Roar, just in case he's a Calm Mind variant, though I'm not too worried because I do have Mega Gengar in the back. Goes Aegislash. I don't care if he's SD. Yveltal beats that. Groudon beats that. Scald is just the best play right now, as he is faster. Shadow Sneak is going to do absolutely nothing, as I will be able to knock him out with the Scald. And again, it doesn't matter even if he's Calm Mind Kyogre at this point. Maybe he was trying to sack Aegislash so he can Calm Mind up with his Kyogre. Doesn't matter at this point because I will be able to. It's all Kyogre. That's actually the truth. I will be able to revenge kill him with my Gengar. And I'm actually going to go out to Gengar right now and do it. So I'm going to go for sub just in case he chooses to disrespect me one more time and not attack, because then I'm beating him with Perish Song. But Gengar just took out so many members on this team. I love Gengar. I love Gengar, if you guys didn't know. Mega Gengar, one of my favorite megas to use in Ubers ever. Mega Kangaskhan is my favorite mega, besides Mega Charizard X, if you guys didn't know. But we're going to be able to knock him out with the Destiny Bond, because when I die, Rap dies. Destiny Bond. And that's going to be a good game, so let us get another one. I'm really enjoying this team, guys. If you guys can't tell, it's a lot more satisfying when you're playing an even higher level player. I'm talking about like tourneys and stuff, and these sets work. Like when Mega Gengar trapped Manaphy, who is the person that Edgar and I built the HP Fire Mega Gengar for. When he trapped his Skarmory, I was so happy. And it's just really fun to use Perish Trap Gengar. I think it's one of the best sets. I love Offensive Gengar as well, if you guys didn't know. But I think Perish Trap Gengar is just so good versus Mons like Arceus, support Arceus, which nowadays have to run Toxic if they want to hit Primal Groudon, which is a big deal, and they run Ice Beam. Arceus Water doesn't even run Judgment all that much. So unfortunately, like I said, we are in the lower ladder, so my opponent has a Probopass and a Cloyster. Not to say that they aren't threats versus this type of team. I'm going to lead off with Groudon because it beats everything on his team, as it leads off with Probopass. It is a level 2 Probopass, oh god. So there's a few things I can do right here. I can get up Stealth Rock, then go Gengar, or I can Hard Switch directly on the Gengar and not lose to an Endeavormon. He went for Magic Coat, so he got a Brox. Alright, that's it. I'm not being impatient anymore. I'm not letting him Endeavor me. Alright, so that was my mistake right there. I'm just going to go out to Gengar, as he is going to Pain Split on up. And I will be able to Mega Evolve and go right for sub. I have to go for sub. Unfortunately, he went for Pain Split that turn. But Pain Split would not be able to break my sub. And it really sucks, huh? I had to sack like half my Pokemon. Like versus this team, I think I might just have to sack Gengar because I don't want Primal Groudon to take the damage. Because if he clicks Pain Split on any of my switch-ins, everything's going to be at half. And not that I necessarily need Lugia or anything, but Lugia could be good for phasing out his Xerneas or anything like that. So my best play is just going for the Perish Song into Protect, as he knows that he has to click Pain Split right there. And unfortunately, I don't want to sack Gengar because it can trap his Darkrai and his Kyogre. So that was my fault turn 1. I already messed up because I was like, I don't care, man. Let him go for his own Stealth Rock. Let us exchange rocks. But Magic Coat was already a thing. I mean, I used a level 1 Nose Pass in Ubers at one point. So then again, Lugia doesn't do... You know what? I'd rather have Gengar to trap Kyogre than have my Lugia. And if he goes for Magic Coat, perfect. My Lugia is at 82% and his Probopass is gone. Alright, so Cloyster is going to come out. And it's going to go right back out because I'm not going to let it set up a Shell Smash right now. So we're going to phase him right out of there, as Kyogre is going to come out. Perfect, because I do want to trap this with my Gengar. I'm going to go for Toxic though first, whittle this thing down a bit, as he is going to go out into his Darkrai. Even better for me, because Darkrai is, Darkrai's an issue, and if I'm able to hit it with a Toxic, great. So I want to save my Arceus Dragon because I can defog up on a few of his members. So I'm actually going to go to my Kyogre on this, when I'm expecting to be a Dark Void. If he goes for Dark Pulse, then he'll take more damage this turn than he probably does to me. He actually misses his Dark Void. Unfortunate for him. I'm going to go for Scald even if he goes for Dark Void right now, because I don't want to risk him setting up a nasty plot, and Scald will be able to knock him out, coupled with the Toxic damage, as I'm pretty safe to go for the Sleep Talk right here. Actually, I get the first turn Wake, so that's funny. Do I need this Mon? I can phase up a few of his Pokemon out. He doesn't know that yet. So I think what I'll do is actually sack my Lugia right now. Because Lugia, though it is helpful for his Blaziken, I think I'll be okay with that. I think I'll be okay versus him. So a few plays I can do right here. I think Gengar protects out, and the only one. I thought he was Life Orb, so that was my mistake right there. So I'm already messing up so much in this game, but I can at least go for the Protect right here. If his Cloyster does have... We'll see what he has, actually. Xerneas is the Pokemon of choice. Hello. Alright, so I'll go for Destiny Bond first, because if he goes for Geomancy, he's going to be faster than me. If he attacks me, if he goes for Geomancy again, I can go for Perish Song on the turn. If he attacks me right now, Xerneas is going to go gone. Or be gone, rather. So I'll be fine with going for... He does go for Geomancy again, so I'm able to go for Perish Song right now. And what I will be able to do is just click... Decibel right now, and he's basically in a sequence where he cannot do anything. He attacks me, he dies. He doesn't attack me, he dies. So at least Gengar was still able to get rid of 2 potential Pokemon. It doesn't matter about that because I have one more song for the Perish Song, and technically I could save Gengar and try and defog and then bring it back, but we're good. So right here, his Xerneas is going to go down as well. To that, so we don't have to worry about Xerneas anymore. He still does have Blaziken, that Cloyster, which is an issue. I think that Arceus, Dragon is an okay play right here. Question mark. Kyogre seems better actually, because if he goes Blaziken, at least I can click Scald versus that. If he passes speed to his Kyogre, it should be okay, so I can phase him out. Though I think a Mega Evolved Low Kick would be able to knock me out. Is he Focus Sash? He is indeed Focus Sash. So he does go for the SD right there. He is Focus Sash. Is he going to try and pass it to Cloyster? I'm not sure. I'm going for the Roars. He actually goes for Protect. Perfect. Worked out even better than I thought it would, as I will be able to go for Scald right here. After those drops, I'm pretty sure I can knock this thing out with a Scald, even if it is resisted, as he's actually Focus Sash as well. Scald does burn, though. We already found that out previously, so I am able to knock him clean out with that Scald. Blaziken is at 1%. The Kyogre can come back out if it really wants to. But this is pretty big for me. I don't think he would have been able to beat my team. I do have... Groudon would have been able to take him on. Groudon would have been able to take one hit. Even neutralize with Spear easily. So we're going to look for another game. He actually ended up forfeiting. So we can find another game right now. I'm enjoying this because even though I messed up in that game, and I do acknowledge my mistake, and it could have cost me. So I should probably... Oh, just smacked my headset. I do acknowledge that mistake, but... we got a really fun team. I don't have to put on my join because I'm not on any account that is known. So, once again, same game plan. I like to lead off with Mega Gengars. He actually ends up leading off with Arceus. That is... Wow. Hello? Okay. I mean, if you want to sack your Arceus right now, we'll go for Destiny Bond right now. And, okay. Well, good. The god of Pokemon, folks, gone. I enjoyed myself. I hope you did too, dude. Anyway, Arceus Dragon is pretty good right here because he can go for Toxic versus Groudon and Lugia. He actually ends up going out to his Xerneas though. He should go for the Moonblast right here. I think I'm pretty safe to go Lugia because I can just phase him out and I can live any hit through multi-scale regardless. And also if he wants even a chance to do some damage, he has to go for Thunder because Moonblast isn't going to do any... Look at that. That's me because of multi-scale. He had to go for Thunder and Thunder can miss. So... able to phase him out, which is pretty nice. I'm actually going to go for Roost right here because I do anticipate him to want to go for Stealth Rock or anything. But he actually ends up going for Leech Seed as I can safely go out into my Groudon. He could very well have the Toxic. but he ends up going for his rocks anyway, so I will be able to go for my own Stealth Rock, and those are going to be pressuring his own Lugia, as he actually brings out Lugia, surprisingly enough. I'm not sure if he's toxic or not, but I think my Arceus Dragon doesn't really care if I get toxic. I also don't want to risk him being a Calm Mind variant, as he does go for toxic. And because his Ferrothorn was Stealth Rock, I think his Groudon might be Dual Dance. I do. So I'm going to go for the toxic, because he actually has Protect. Hello? Okay, so he actually has Protect. Interesting. I'm actually going to double into my Groudon, because I anticipate him to want to go out into his Ferrothorn, as it can obviously dodge that Protect. We already know. And now I think I want to go for Roar. Just to phase him out a bit, just to see what his initial switching is, as he does reveal Lugia. I was thinking he might want to go Kyogre right there, so we do phase him out into that Kyogre, unfortunately for us. Wait, whoa, this is one of those teenage Kyogres. Cannot get it up. What is wrong with me? I could just hit him with a Press of his Blaze. He actually has a Toxic, so he's a regular Kyogre. He wasn't anything else. Toxic is a little bit annoying, but I can now go for Lava Plume, as he is going to go Lugia, because he does a Protect. I don't know if he actually has Roost, but we do 35%, and we get the burn, as he has Lumberry. Huh? Anyway, Yveltal is super safe right now, because chances are he's going to go for Protect right here, or Roost, and I can now just go right for the Dark Pulse and knock him out. Kyogre will go down, and I guess I could still lose to Xerneas, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I'm going on to my Kyogre, because if he goes for Geomancy, I can phase him out. It will take 2 turns now that he's already used his Power Herb, and he does go for the Moonblast. However, I will be able to go for Roar right here, as he actually tries to go for Geomancy. I would have rather gotten off the damage first. I went for Roar just in case he went out into his Groudon right there, but I want to defog away these hazards. So I'm actually going to go out to my Arceus Dragon, and I do want it. I actually want to defog so my Lugia can take on his Groudon a lot better. So I'm going to go for defog right here. That way I can bring out my Groudon after, as he is going to go for Curse. Okay. Did not see this coming. I will be at enough HP to defog though, so I will be able to go out to my Groudon right now. If he wants to go for Stealth Rock, that's fine. He goes for Gyro Ball, so that's cool, because I will be able to go right for the Lava Plume, knock this thing out, at least do some damage to Groudon, and also knocks out Kyogre at 13%, because he is not a Prima Kyogre. He is a regular Kyogre. I don't actually like regular Kyogre at all. Surprisingly though, it was like the #1 most used Pokemon. But I'm going to go for Stealth Rock right here, because at least I get them up versus that Groudon, and I can phase him around a bit. I'm kind of regretting that play, actually. Just a bit. But I should be able to go out to my Kyogre, and if he wants to go for Geomancy now, I will be able to go for the Roar in the following turn. That doesn't really matter too much, as he is now in range of Sucker Punch from my Yveltal. However, this monster is going to come out, and I need to Scald this thing. I need to get a burn on this thing, because my Lugia can beat his entire team now. Ice Beam should be able to deal with his Xerneas, but I do need to burn this thing a bit with the Scald. I do also stall him out, just because I do have one. Yveltal is going to knock him out anyway, like no matter what. Once I get a burn, it will be able to knock him out, and if he wants to go for Curse, that's completely fine. I do get the burn, nice, as he is going to go for Curse again. I don't mind that, and at this point, Roar is just the play of choice. If he goes for Gyro Ball, he will be able to knock me out. Well, actually, no. Combined with Leech Seed, he will be able to knock me out. But we do phase him out into Groudon, as it is revealed to be the Primal Groudon. Did he ever get up Stealth Rock again? I don't think he got up Stealth Rock again. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to go for Roar, because I don't want him setting up at all. As, I think Lugia is the best play, because I can sack Arceus Dragon if he goes Ferrothorn. I want to try and get off a Toxic on this thing, as he does choose to go Ferrothorn. So like I said, I can sack Arceus Dragon. Arceus Dragon will go down to the Leech Seed plus Poison this turn. And if he goes for Rocks, then I guess I can Fodder. I don't have to go for, I don't think he'll go for Rocks right there. So I will be able to go right out into my Yveltal now, and I think I definitely played this game impatiently. I shouldn't have let my Groudon get Toxic by his Lugia. The Protect was like, what the hell is that? But Dark Pulse should be able to knock him out, as I actually barely missed out on the KO. That's okay though. I got a flinch. I don't know if it mattered, because all he could have done was Leech Seed me, but he wasn't going to be able to switch around, and I could just go for the Oblivion win right now. Just recover some HP if he wanted to go out into his Xerneas right there. or recovered HP versus anything. But his Xerneas is going to come out, and if he goes for Geomancy, I mean, Sucker Punch is the best play. If he goes for Geomancy, then obviously I'd have another turn to attack him. But like I said, Sucker Punch was the best play, and Groudon is going to come out. Even if it's Dual Dance, if it's faster than me, it can knock me out, but it cannot beat my Lugia fast enough. So I will be able to go for the Dark Pulse. Barely miss out on that KO, as he does flinch. He couldn't have beaten my Lugia. If this thing outsped him, that means my Lugia did too, and I could have knocked him out with Ice Beam at that range. But that is going to be a good game right there, and I think we should get another one. Good game, dude. We should get one more, because we're at 30 minutes, you know. Might as well get another one. I'm enjoying this team. Mega Gengar trap and stuff. As it do. I love Protect the Mega Gengar as well, just to ensure that Mega Evolution versus a bunch of threats. As you can see, that Arceus early on, I didn't even have to deal with it. Though having Mega Gengar would have been really nice that game, because I would have been able to trap Lugia, would have been able to trap Arceus. Well, I already trapped Arceus, but would have been able to trap Ferrothorn. A lot of his team. This guy's a really interesting team. Fortress plus no Defogger plus Shedinja. Really interesting. I think Arceus Dragon is just great. Defog versus everything, can threaten this with Judgment, though it is slower. I can Toxic the Groudon. I like Arceus Dragon a lot. He leads off with Shaman. I do resist the Seed Flare, so I'm just going to go for Toxic, as he's going to try and Air Slash flinch me to death. We'll see if we can pull through a little bit. It's not looking like it's happening, but we're going to try and recover. Now I know how it is to face a Jirachi, but Lugia should be able to take this thing on 1v1. I don't know if he's going to be the type of player to want to go for a double one, but I would go out into Fortress if I was my opponent, because it resists Ice Beam. I would also go Shedinja right here, one of those two. So he does go Fortress as I go Groudon, nice, and I will be able to go right for Rocks right here, threatening that Shedinja. If he wants to stay in, that is fine. I wouldn't stay in if I was my opponent. He has a Kyogre, exactly, so I am able to get up my Rocks. It's a regular Kyogre though. Bro, why? I'm gonna phase him. Like, what are you gonna do to me? Oh man, I was scared. Okay, well, he's not even running Primal Groudon, so I'm gonna just keep trying to roar. All of his Pokemon's attacks are nullified, though I don't want to be Draco'd right here. I'm actually gonna go out to Kyogre. If he goes for Hydro Pump right here, then I know that he probably doesn't know about my ability. Then again, why would he double switch with his Kyogre? But basically what I was trying to do was phase him out to that Shedinja just to get rid of it. I don't want to see that Shedinja. I never want to see that Shedinja again. I don't want my opponent to even think that Shedinja can do anything in this game. I have Rocks up in there to stay. My opponent gets completely destroyed by Yveltal. Yveltal kills everything. Just a bit of prior damage. So I'm actually going to go for Roar. I'm fully Spadef, so I'm not scared of this thing at all. He does not have a solid switch, and honestly, if I wanted to, I could go for Scald just because I know that he is a regular Groudon. However, just want to phase his Mons out, and then Shaman was a pretty likely switch right there. So was his own Kyogre if he wanted to. Somebody laughing in the background. But again, Roar is just the play of choice. Shaman, if Shaman wants to come back in, I can do that 25%, that chip 25%. And I'm just still trying to get that Shedinja, man. I just want that Shedinja to die. That Shedinja is dodging me, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. Just cooperate, bro. That's all I want. That's all I want from this. All I want him to do is cooperate with me. Paco 9. I know there were 8 Pacos before you. Please, just send out the Shedinja. The other 8 Pacos failed to send out the Shedinja, and they all wore their beanie wrong because they're friends with Miguel. Mega Mogwai. But again, this is a really hard Pokemon for him to beat. The Primals in general are just really hard for his team to beat. So thank you. Thank you, Paco. So he does sack that Shedinja, which I'm fine with. I don't have to worry about spin blocking. Not that I really was too worried, because I feel like my Primals can just do a lot of work in this game. But let's see, we're 14, we're 1348. I'm happy with that though, because that means eventually that I'll be able to like play on the high ladder soon. Watching Janvat play Ubers has really gotten me into it, as well as playing VGC 2016. A lot of that has actually gotten me back into Ubers, just because I really, really love that meta. Surprising, a lot of people don't, but I just love that meta. So he has Leaf Storm, and I will be able to go right for Recover right here unless he hits the next Leaf Storm. I love how I said unless he hits the next Leaf Storm. That's so nasty of me to say. But I'm going to go right for Judgment. Then again, he did flinch my Arceus Dragon down. I would have been able to get off that Toxic on this Shaman. It would have been a lot lower on HP than it is now. Not sure why he doesn't have Seed Flare, considering he can abuse his ability and have that 80% chance to lower Spadef, if I'm not mistaken. Hard switches into Palkia on my Arceus Dragon. My nickname was not lying, as I will be able to knock it out with the Judgment. I believe I can just click Scald with my my Kyogre if I wanted to, but his Groudon is going to come out. I'm going to go for Toxic just in case this is some sort of dual dance regular Groudon. He does have Dragon Claw though. I don't particularly care about my Arceus Dragon in this game, so I believe I can just click Judgment and weaken him. Again, I'm pretty positive that my Yveltal just wins at this point. But you know what? Winning with Yveltal is not fun. Winning with Yveltal, I mean, it is fun. It's one of my favorite Ubers. So is Xerneas. Like, my top Ubers of all time are Mega Gengar, Xerneas, and Yveltal. And Arceus E-Killer to be exact. But we're going to go for Parasong right here because I want to have fun with this thing. He has Payback, interestingly enough. I don't know if he has Volt Switch, actually. So, if he has Volt Switch, that's interesting. I mean, if he has Volt Switch, I could see that happening. But Fortress, when I typically ran in Ubers, I ran like Pain Split, Toxic, stuff like that for E-Killer and things like that. But that was back in black and white. I know Edgar, if he watches this video, he knows what I'm talking about. But either way, this Fortress is going to go down. If he goes for Rapid Spin right here, this man is a lord. You know what? No. Yeah, I want to get as many kills as I can with this Gengar. So I'm actually going to save my my Gengar. He went for Volt Switch right there, or Rapid Spin, he would have been a lord. But we are able to knock out the Fortress. Mega Gengar getting a kill in every single battle. That was the goal. I was going to say the gale of this live. The goal of this live. Getting some kills with Mega Gengars. Kyogre is going to come out. Don't think a regular Kyogre can knock out an Yveltal from this range, even if I am minus Spadef Nature. So I'm actually just going to go right for knockoff. Unless he's like max speed specs, he shouldn't be able to knock me out. He's a good one. Oh, thank you, Paco. As he takes nothing from that, so I guess he's physically defensive. Physically defensive calm, I'm not entirely sure. However, my Groudon can just come out right now. Even if he has Rest, he is physically defensive. I think he's Rest Talk Scald, but he cannot touch me at all. I could probably safely go for the Lava Plume right here, expecting his Shaman. I don't even think I need to make that play, but if he's the Rest Talk Scald variant that we ran in black and white, then he cannot touch Primal Groudon at all. So I can probably safely go for Lava Plume because it'll hit not only his Groudon if he wants to come out and knock it out, but it'll also hit his Shaman and knock it out. So he'll be able to knock out both of the two Pokemon that he has left, but it doesn't matter at all. It seems like he is pretty... He insists on staying in. However, I will be able to go right for Roar and just phase him out into something, as his Groudon actually ends up coming out right there. So I'm able to phase him out as Shaman is going to come back out, and I'll just be able to go out to my Lugia. I don't want to lose this Groudon just yet, as he actually goes for Earth Power. I wasn't expecting Earth Power, however. Whirlwind is just the best play right now because he's forced to switch out. Everything takes hazards. I don't want Kyogre waking up, as Paco is just going to leave. This is like one of the few people I actually remember their names, just because Miguel talks about a guy named Paco a lot. So, what do we learn, folks? Mega Gengar is sick in Ubers, and he dominates the mid ladder. But yeah, for real though, I really love Mega Gengar. Blimlack's sick team. I don't think I have too much to change about it, as I play more with it on like off screen. I might bring it back if people like it enough, but if as I play more of it off screen, obviously my opinion might change. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course, subscribe if you want. I love your comments, and I'll see you guys later.